I want to say hello to all the men and gentlemen, ladies on the high table. It's truly my privilege to be here today. I have lived in the United States for the past 22 years, so that actually makes the professor a good exchange. He's lived here since '88 in Nigeria. I've been living in America since 1988. And when I heard about this trouble, I was troubled in my heart. And I felt it wasn't enough to stay there and postulate and think about different lame game and say this one is at fault, this one is at fault. It is important I come before you to feel you, to touch you, to let you know that there is a better tomorrow. To let you know that the world is concerned about what is happening here in Bukuru, in Jos, in Plateau State, that if we together in Nigerian Air Force Regiment to headquarters, who were the first ones that set it up here, and then I can come back again. I have always desired to come and build a house in Jos, because I love the weather here. So, by the grace of God, we will all participate in making this a reality. I want to say to you that God sent me. When I was thinking about this program, God says to me, go to Plateau State and tell them this, that strong men seek peace. Strong men seek peace. Only cowards seek violence. To burn, to slash, to violate other people's rights, that is the work of violent people. And I'm here today to announce to you that there's no one under this roof. And for millions of Nigerians who are thinking about it today, who believe in violence, we all seek peace. Is that right, somebody? All right. I want to say this to you, that this has a personal note for me, because back in the mid-40s, Assemblies of God Church, the first Pentecostal church in Nigeria, 75 plus years ago, back in the mid-40s, my father was a top railway worker. He was in charge of the carriage and wagon in all of the north from Enugu to Utokom. And wherever he went, he evangelized that city. He planted an Assemblies of God church, and he brought a pastor to pastor that church. The first church that he pastored or he planted was in Kafanchan. And I got used to say to you that the second ever Assemblies of God Church, the first Pentecostal church in Nigeria that was ever planted, the very second one is right here in Bukuru City. Then the third one, Jos City. I was in that church on Sunday preaching. The roof is off, and by the grace of God, it's going to get better tomorrow. Now, I have a personal story to tell, and that's why you can understand why I came. As a 10-year-old boy in 1966, October 1st, the day that we celebrate Nigerian independence, there was a big massacre in the north. People were killed. And my father was killed on the street of Kano. I lost my father as a 10-year-old boy. Beyond 10 years old, I could not see him take me to school. I could no longer see him say to me, son, you are doing well. I have always lived ever since then until now wondering what would my father say to me when he sees I'm a preacher of the gospel. I don't have the memories some of you have of having a father from 11 years old to 53 years old who would tap me on the back and say, go on, son. And because of inhumanity of man to man, I lost that. And my desire is Bukuru-Jos of Nigeria. If I have to be the last one dying for this nation, that we can stop this violence, then come take my life today. So that the children that are 10-year-old, 11-year-old, and 20-year-old can have a father, can have a mother they can look up to, and be able to hear them speak wonderful words to them. And so each time there is killings, and people are being killed left, right, and center, it doesn't matter Christians or Muslims, we all bleed the same blood. We all human beings created by God. My heart goes after them, because I have a personal story. And I'm determined to devote my next phase of my life, if it means to come back from America and live in Jos here with you, and staying in Nigeria here, to be able to make sure that peace will reign in Nigeria. Nigeria is going to forever be one nation under God. Come on, somebody say amen. Amen. Nigeria will be a country united. That we have shed too much blood to see this nation not go further and be the great nation that God has ordained it to be. Are you with me on that? And so I want to say to you, it doesn't matter what tongue we speak. It doesn't matter what tribe we come from. It doesn't matter what race we come from. We should all be one. Live together, side by side, and be one great nation. The houses have wonderful things. In fact, most of my father's best friends are houses. He believed in them in Kano. He lived in Kano, Kabanjan, Jos, Zaria, all over the whole place. The houses are kind, wonderful, compassionate people. The Yorubas are wonderful people. The Igbos are wonderful people. Let's come together and be able to see God, be able to do wonderful things in our lives. Is that right, somebody? So we should move forward. And we should say no to violence. Let me hear you say no to violence. No to violence. Yes to peace. Yes, peace. As I go back to America, it is my hope that I'll be able to gather all the solutions that have been offered today. I'm also looking for a platform there in future so I can invite my wonderful friend, Reverend, Pam, Yakubu Pam, and this auspicious, wonderful young men to come so we can hold a dialogue in Washington, D.C. As I go back, I'm going to seek audience with the Obama administration, and I believe they will bring pressure on this nation to make sure that the problem of Jos does not happen again. I'm assuring that the world will be looking upon us, and what has happened in time past will never happen again. And by the grace of God, the grace of Allah, there will not be one more 10-year-old child who would have to look around and only think about his father in the past in fantasy. He will be able to see his father, cuddle him, love him, and appreciate him. Watch him grow up to become a man that God has called him to be. I want to thank you, and I pray peace upon you, and the grace of God be multiplied upon you. Thank you for the opportunity. Nigeria is a great nation. The tongues and tribes may differ. In God we trust. God bless you.